Hey there. So I wanted to make a video real quick of showing how I sew my backpack shoulder straps. And this was a project for a client. I had never done it before. And so I tested out ways to do it, and I found the best way, and I'm going to share that with you. And this is for backpack straps where you sew them, and then you have foam that you put inside. Okay, so first I'm gonna sew it, and for this particular backpack there are two different fabrics. So the front side has a grid design, and the fabric is not stretchy. The back, the fabric is a little stretchy, and it's a solid color. So when I sew with fabrics that have a little bit of stretch to them, I make sure that they're always on the bottom. Because if they're on the top, I will end up getting folds as I sew. And then I'm sewing this on my Juki TL 2010Q. And of course, it's very important to know that your seam allowance and your foam, you're sewing it correctly so it's not too tight and it's not too loose. I always make sure to back tack my stitches at the top here so that this does not get unraveled as I'm putting my foam in. So these were sewn right sides together. Now it is inside out. Make sure you grab the foam that matches, although it doesn't really matter, does it? Anyway, okay, so when I first started doing this, in essence what I did was I turned this completely right side out, and then I tried to just wiggle this in. And I ended up doing it, but it took me a long time and I got very, very frustrated. So the next time I did it, I decided I'm gonna try a different way. And this is the way that I've come up with that really works for me. It still takes some time, but not nearly as much as it did before. So I take a little bit and put it right side out, just like that, just at the bottom, right? Make sure my foam is in the right orientation, and I slide this down in there. And I make sure it's good and tight. Okay, so once I do that, then I stick my thumb into the bottom, and I make sure that the stiffer fabric, the non-stretchy fabric, is on the bottom, and I push the foam. I push that foam in, and because it sticks to the fabric, it moves. And that's how I do it. So you just need to apply some pressure, and then every now and then I will flip it over and, well, kind of, because it gets bunched up, but yeah, just fix it like that. You can even use two thumbs if your thing's big enough, and just push it in there. And then also make sure that it's, if your seams are on the side. Sometimes it will go in crooked. It's a little bit crooked, but we can finish it. And then I get to the point where I just try to pull it. And it got crooked. It's fine. So then I hold the bottom, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this, with my knee and pull. Okay. So I've got it on to a point. Now you can see that the seams are not on the sides. So I just kind of maneuver it with my fingers to get it where I want it to be. And some areas where the curves are a little bit harder, but I leave a little slack in my seam allowance, especially because when I actually put these straps on, I sew on them. So they're not so tight to where I can't maneuver, but they're also not so loose that the foam's gonna come out. So I fix the orientation. Like I said, I hold it with my knee and just pull and kind of, so I think I'm supposed to have about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch at the top, which if you look, that's about right. So that's good. So that's how I get it in there. Just wanted to show you that. If you know of a better way, please share it with me. But this is much better than having your fabric like this and trying to put it in. By far better. So yeah, just wanted to share that. Okay, thanks.